of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Prior to tonight's meeting, you were sent copies of the minutes from the Monday, July 22nd meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes?
Make the broke motion to approve the minutes as stated.
Second.
Been motion made and seconded to approve the minutes as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Before we get too far into tonight's meeting, I have a note sent to me to congratulate and thank and welcome Mrs. Steve Hartsock for attending her first city council meeting in all the years. So welcome for tonight, and hopefully it'll go by for another 20. I was on our agenda, the clerk treasurer was downtown report, but I'm going to read something that Chief Green received. And sometimes a lot of things happen that we don't realize how good our first responders are. This was sent to Chief Green. Sir, as a witness to a crash on northbound I-69 at exit 138 on the evening of Wednesday, August the 7th, at approximately 6:58 p.m. I wanted to offer the highest praise to your firefighters, as well as EMS and police officers for the incredibly fast and compassionate response. I did not get any names, but the first officer was on the scene within 2 minutes of the 911 call, placed by another motorist. EMS arrived very soon after, with another 3 or 4 police officers also within a couple minutes, and fire department shortly thereafter. All told, I spent 12 minutes at the scene. I'm a truck driver, and my ELD allows me to give such exact numbers. To include the time it took to give my witness statement, and the ambulance was already leaving with the crash driver before I got back into my truck. This is by far the fastest, most professional, and most compassionate crash response I've ever seen, and every first responder involved is to be commended. My sincere thanks to all of you, and keep up the incredible work. Keith Mears. So again, a lot of times we take things for granted, but congratulations for the fire and the police and the EMS for the wonderful job they did. Moving into tonight's meeting, the first item of business is the second reading and consideration of ordinance 2024-1885, setting the salaries of elected officials. Mr. Coffey, do you want to explain?
I know you introduced this 2 weeks ago. This is for the elected officials for the salary ordinance for 2025. Do you have any questions regarding any of the 4 different positions that are elected positions and the proposed salaries for next year?
I would move that we consider ordinance 2024-1885 and motion to pass on the second and final reading.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve on the second reading consideration of ordinance 2024-1885, the setting of salaries of elected officials. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no.
No.
Motion carries. The next item on the agenda tonight is the second reading and consideration of ordinance 2024-1886, setting the salaries of certain appointed officials and employees. Again, Mr. Coffey.
This is the salaries for 2025 for appointed officials and employees of the city of Martinsville. I know this was introduced 2 weeks ago. At this time, we can entertain any questions, comments that the council may have in regards to ordinance number 2024-1886.
Make the motion to approve ordinance 2024-1886. employees, certain appointed officials and employees. This is the second and final reading.
There is a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Been a motion made and seconded to approve ordinance 2024-1886, the setting of salary of certain appointed officials and employees for 2025. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion passes. Thank you, Council. At this time, Deputy Chief Combs, if you would like to come forward.
Good evening. A couple items we're asking for permission to surplus. I'll go with the ones first on there. There's portable radios. The gym equipment's on there first. Just asking for the listed items to be surplus.
Chief Holmes, that equipment, is any of that going to the new?
There are some items that are out there that will go to the new building. Officer Jared Pond, who obviously owns the gym, been heavily involved in that stuff. Him and I did an audit out there and went through the equipment that's reusable, set that aside, the rest of it was requested to be surplus.
You guys do with it when you surplus this equipment?
New to me, I asked Ben, kind of how we were gonna proceed with it. Obviously, this is the first step, and then not a real definitive answer on.
Yeah, since it's such specialized equipment, it's probably something I'll be getting with Dale on. So if any of you have suggestions on sites, normally like the vehicles and things, there's public websites you can use. It's pretty standard. You can verify with Kelly Blue Book to make sure you're getting, the best dollar. Since this is so specialized, we have some equipment that's missing parts, some things that's just damaged. It's going to be kind of unique. So I don't have a definitive game plan yet, but our first step is just to deem it surplus before we can really do anything with it. So I wish I had a better answer for you, but it's just such a unique situation.
It's a pretty extensive list of items, and they're all unusable in the new building.
Yeah, so some of it, the Smith machine had parts that were missed, as well as the squat rack. Officer Collins took some parts to try to fix it to where it was usable previously. So don't know how safe it is really. I mean, with other equipment that we've added to it to make it usable. So for me, I wouldn't want to jeopardize somebody's safety, especially on duty, lifting and squatting, those types of things, and potentially get injured. So
Dumbbells?
the dumbbells, yeah, so we went through there and we seen some, it looks like there's some missing. And again, I've searched, I think there's a couple that we found. The dumbbells, I think, could be used, for whatever reason in his mind. I guess just uniformity maybe, with the additional stuff, was the reason we were gonna surplus them.
So if they're not fit, we can auction it, and that's legal to things that are not adequate.
Yeah, so you could have a public auction, a live public auction. You could have an auction online. You could market it online to, basically the highest bidders. There's a lot of different ways you can market it, and I think as the clerk treasurer has indicated, we haven't really looked at the most appropriate way at this point, given the market and what is a website that possibly would give the most attention to this type of equipment. But there's a number of ways that you can do it to market it to the
public.
Online might give you the best avenue for price as opposed to just a live public auction. But there's, certainly is available.
So is the option to gift or to donate these items to individuals or to groups in our community or businesses? I mean, I saw you also have Kenwood radios. I know we're not there yet, but I'm presuming and are we talking about the Kenwood later? Or, is it because we've chosen another brand, so they're still viable?
Yeah, so on those specifically, we reached out to the local Kenwood rep, with assistance of a couple of fire guys, getting us in contact with them. He made contact with a couple of people who seemed like they might be able to benefit from it. They're just waiting for them to be surplus, for, I think it was $400 per radio charger and lapel rack.
The Martinsville School District just went to Kenwood radios.
Yeah, and they,
So, I mean, that would be another source of purchasing.
yeah,
But
sorry.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
The school police actually came over and asked if there's any that they can get a hold of. We've asked for a number, I haven't got that number back, but we'd definitely be willing to work with them to supply whatever needs that they need.
I guess what I'm saying on the gym equipment, so it's just not gonna be randomly, people aren't gonna just be coming in and walking out with what they want.
No,
I mean,
don't
we're
think so.
gonna have it either all up for auction and that money's gonna go back to the city, or it's not just be, hey, take whatever you want for whoever you want.
Yeah, that's how I would say it anyways.
Yeah, it would have to be a public auction of some sort, and then the gym equipment, the plan is for it to offset the cost of the new equipment that they would need for the police station. And same thing for radios, anything that they sell for radios would go towards the purchase of the new radios as they need them.
Thank you.
How old are those radios?
Some of, like the Motorola ones were early 2000s. The VHS Kenwoods, I think there's been some filing discrepancies, I would say, so I can't give you a definitive date. There's some that are newer than others, but I don't have a definitive answer on them. Which was the reason for the upgrade earlier.
Let's go back on the gym equipment. Is this something that we don't necessarily have to take action now? If the council feels like they would rather go through the days, see what it is, look at the itemized list, what's on there, and then put this on the next meeting? Or do you feel comfortable enough to go with the recommendation of Deputy Chief Combs?
I feel like Deputy Chief Combs has got the right idea with this, and, having a public auction of some sort, probably like,
That's my only concern is, what we're talking about is the monies to supply the new ones. Since I know the budget's tight, we could, at the very beginning, people wanting all new things, which we knew we were gonna have to do things, and, with that in the budget, I'd say do what we can, get the highest dollar for it, just to put it back into that. And I'm gonna think, since we've not had a public auction for a long time, but there's probably not some things around we're gonna do, I'd probably recommend maybe an online, give the week deadline for an online, that'd be your cheapest route, post the pictures of it, do that. We're more than happy to help you, assist with trying to figure that out or whatever, but I'm probably that, just so you're getting the most bang of the buck and you can put that back in there. And I know just some of our local fitness places, they've gone down to like Indiana University, redid their weight room about a year ago, and they went and purchased equipment, used equipment off the colleges. So, yeah, probably find someone to, get someone that might be an idea. But I'm good on your recommendation. I think that's the concern, I think Ms. Councilwoman Lips was concerned about, just make sure it doesn't just disperse in the law.
Yeah,
So that we can get money for it, back to your facility.
For sure. And there's been nothing, like, in doing this research, and there's nothing I can find to show when we purchased something, or where we bought it at, anything like that, so kind of just face value out there.
So is there any further discussion on the gym equipment, or does someone want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion that we, consider, I make a motion that we declare the items, on the list here as the surplus police, items, up for sale on online auctions.
For the gym equipment,
And gym equipment, yes.
the surplus of gym equipment. So there's a motion on the floor to surplus the gym equipment. Is there a second?
Second.
The motion made and seconded to surplus the gym equipment. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries.
A motion that we surplus the police radios that have been proposed.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to surplus the police radios. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. You were sent copies of the claims to review prior to tonight's meeting. Are there any questions or comments regarding any of the claims?
I'll make the motion to approve the claims as presented.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the claims as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Any comments from the council tonight?
Yeah, I have one comment. I would like to commend Eric Mulligan from the Morgan County Work Release Program. I had a flat over by the, I guess you call them condos, retirement condos, behind Ace Hardware, and Elite Dance, and one of their work release gentlemen who's working for Wallace, was it Wallace Construction? Doing this street work, yes, Wallace Construction. I can't say enough. This gentleman changed my whole tire, did everything, got my tire out. Very, very good person. I was very impressed with him. I was very impressed with all the workers around there that are with the work release program. I think it's one of the best things that Morgan County has going.
Any other comments this evening? Yes.
The Walnut Hills will be coming through town tomorrow. So those at Home Avenue, we will have the large flag going over Morgan Street. And so I just want to make sure people are aware that wall is known as fairgrounds, but there will be some, I guess if they're being directed in by police, and they'll be closing intersections stuff, so they have to pre-run through.
Chief Green, what's the time on that?
Yeah, 11:30-ish, something like that, 11:30, lunchtime tomorrow.
And then,
I'll double check with that, because I know we've got students going like first thing, and I'll maybe go over to help set up, so maybe.
the assembly will take place on Wednesday. Opening ceremonies will be Thursday. 9 o'clock. Any comments from the public this evening on anything on tonight's agenda? If not, then the next regular meeting of the Common Council will be on Monday, August 26th, August 26th, beginning at 7 o'clock here in the council chambers. No other business, we are adjourned.